No, 9, 10, never sleep. I can.
I'm going to be talking about each of the 7 movies in the Nightmare on Elm Street series. I'll probably talk about Freddy vs. Jason at another time, and I'm still wondering if the 2010 remake is even worth mentioning. But in the meantime, I'll start with the Wes Craven 1984 classic. What do I say about this one that hasn't already been said, and how can I do this movie justice? It's a must-see for any horror fan. It ranks up there with the other classics like Halloween, Exorcist, and Evil Dead. It's an imaginative film unlike any other, but if you haven't seen it yet, it's about a group of teens who are all being stalked by Freddy Krueger, a child murderer who was burned alive by the parents of Springwood, and he comes back and takes revenge by murdering their kids in their sleep when they are at their most vulnerable. That's why Nightmare on Elm Street is so effective. There are so many classic moments, I can't even name them all, but I will name a few. The scene where Freddy's hand comes out of the bathtub, that's probably my favorite, and when the girl Tina is getting dragged across the ceiling while her boyfriend Rod watches the whole thing, and the police thinks he killed her, and nobody believes the main character Nancy that someone is after her, even though she describes what Freddy looks like and even pulls his hat out of her dream, and you can see it in the parents' face that they know who she is talking about, but they'd rather play it off like she is going crazy. And who better to play Nancy than Heather Langenkamp? She brings a lot of strength to her character, and I had heard that other actresses like Demi Moore and Courtney Cox auditioned for the role of Nancy, but I can't imagine anybody else doing it. And in case anybody didn't know, this was Johnny Depp's first movie as the sensitive jock Glenn, whose death is also amazing when he gets sucked into the bed and spat out in gallons of blood. And of course, the veteran actor John Saxon does an amazing job as Nancy's father, Don Thompson, who is worried about his daughter, but chooses not to believe her until the end of the movie. And last but not least, I gotta talk about Robert Englund, who played Freddy in every movie minus the remake, and he is terrifying here, and not really a goofy ass that he becomes later on in the series, but he is a scary, sinister character with personality, and unlike Jason and Michael, he has dialogue and creativity. So to sum it up, Nightmare on Elm Street is a perfect example of horror greatness, and if you haven't seen this yet, you really should. You won't be disappointed.
Where's your pass?
Screw your pass.
Hey, Nancy! No running in the hallway.